in my head the whole show. Am I corny? Probably. Hello everyone, it's Jessenia and welcome back to my Grownish review. Last week's episode, episode 4, was entitled Starboy, and that episode went into the life of a college athlete. And I really enjoyed this last week's episode. It kind of reminded me of Blackish a little bit in that it had a lesson and it was talking about some really hard-hitting issues and topics that aren't always discussed on television. For example, the exploitation of college athletes, the relationships between in the LGBTQ plus community. Really great stuff. So let's just get right into it. We go into this relationship between Zoey and Cash, and if you watched my review last week, you'll know that my first impression was that Cash looked like the type who would ruin Zoey's life. And I said that I made a harsh judgment based purely on looks, and that's my bad. Because though in the beginning their relationship was a little rocky, he showed up late to her appointment, all of that stuff, trifling. It seemed like once Zoey got to know him that their relationship was, actually positive and they were helping each other out and it was cool. I do admire this episode for showing how the life of a collegiate athlete may not be as glamorous as it's cracked up to be. It showed how a major lesson that people will be gung-ho all for you when you're doing well and when you're prospering, but as soon as you stop fulfilling a need for them or you slip up, then they disappear. So Zoey was there for Cash when he was doing poorly. I guess he like double dribbled or bounced out of bounds or something. I'm not really a sports person, as you can probably tell, but he messed up athletically and he was kind of like shunned. The same people who were supporting him threw him under the bus. And so it's kind of like, you know who the real ones are when they're with you when you're down. So anyway, their relationship was developing. It was really sweet to see. And I like the discussion that was had about the exploitation of college athletes. Because personally, I have an interesting relationship with school sports. In high school, I was a hater. Like, there's no way around it. I can't even lie. Like, because as an artist, so much funding and attention goes to sports and all of that stuff. And I was envious because we, as artists, put forth a lot of work also and energy, just as much as athletes in different ways. And I felt that we deserved some recognition as well. But anyway, that was just my past, just bias. But this episode of Grownish really made me actually felt sorry for Cash, and I didn't realize like how much college athletes actually go through. Like when Skylar and Jaslyn were like, yeah, like we don't get paid. Are you gonna finish those? You gonna eat that? Because we're broke. I was like, whoa, relatable. Yeah, I was enlightened. But anyway, I appreciate this episode for just having these discussions that aren't often had, like literally showing how economically colleges exploit these people for their talents. Like there's no way around it because sure, you get a scholarship and I'm sure they get some money on the side. You can't blame me, whether it's monetary or via gifts, but that's another discussion. It still does not equate to the amount that high schools, colleges, the NFL, NBA gets off of these players. Like, so I'm glad that Grownish was talking about that. I also really appreciated the discussion about the LGBTQ relationships, like Noni and her boyfriend or her new guy, whatever the title is, and how the lesbian character in the show, who she was talking to, was like, let me know when you get out of this phase. And I was like, whoa, I guess, yeah, that could be hurtful if you identify as bisexual and just have someone tell you that you're in a phase, someone who's also in the LGBTQ community. Wild. But then at the same time, when the boyfriend, or I don't know why I keep calling him boyfriend, when the guy came out or said that he was bisexual as well, then like the tables turned and I was like, do I sense some hypocrisy in the air? Is that what we're doing? Discussions, good discussions and dialogues and good representation. I'm here for it. I'm here because like we need to have discussions like this because I don't know. I was learning. I was like, huh, I never even thought about something like that. So kudos, grownish. Oh my goodness, I felt so bad for Aaron. First of all, Zoey low-key read him. She was like, yeah, so what jobs are there for revolutionaries anyway? Dragged. She has a good point, but I still felt bad for him when he did this little Google job search for jobs for revolutionaries. Like, that's not a thing. I mean, in the sense that it's not a job searchable job. And it's hard when you have a non-conventional or non-traditional passion. Jobs and career paths aren't necessarily a Google search away, and it takes dedication, it takes hard work, and I commend Aaron, and I hope that he doesn't change who he is, because I think he's like an African American studies major. I could be making that up, but I think he is, and I would hate for him to like change his path and change something he's passionate about in order to be successful in like corporate America or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see how they carry that through future episodes. So that'll be neat. Now, I know I said I felt bad for Cash. I was starting to have sympathy for him. And I was in the beginning and middle of the episode. But then, tell me why, at the end, he has this guy come in and take this test for him. Now, what happened to, oh, I just need to pass, please tutor me so I can learn, and Zoey was trying to maybe convince him to do film and use his talents in other ways, broaden his education, all of these good things. And then you're just gonna, as soon as you get back on top, you're gonna forego all the things that we just learned. Like, no, you are being granted a free education, paid with the gift of knowledge, okay? And you're just going to give that away because what, you want to be in the NBA? Like, I get it. I get having an ultimate passion, but along the way, why would you take for granted something that people go in debt for the rest of their lives for? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, and that kind of was disappointing because I had high hopes for him. But okay. Also, can we talk about how this man on national television, I'm assuming, referred to Zoey as cutbish? Now, personally, I don't know why she's so okay with the nickname. If someone went on TV and referred to me as curly-haired cutbish, I don't think I would be as receptive. At least not as receptive as she was. Like, she was like, oh my gosh, like, fawning over. I don't, no, not I, but you do you, Zoey. I guess if that's what floats your boat, sure. But overall, I was really pleased with this episode. I would even go as far to say that it was my favorite one so far. I think they keep getting better, so we'll see. I'll probably say the next episode is my favorite one. Oh, next week's episode is called Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Cream, and get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Like, I'm excited. Hopefully they come to some resolution. Hopefully Zoey, like, shakes this man and is like, why are you not taking your tests? I don't know. I have too high of moral standards for this show, I think. It's probably going to be something dramatic, but we'll see. But overall, I was very happy with this episode. The music was good. The messages was good. It was a good mix of lessons and comedy and representation, development of characters. Very, very good. I'm very happy. And Grownish got renewed for a second season, so I'm excited about that, and I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna watch next season. I'm gonna keep reviewing, so keep a lookout for them. Okay, so the next semester of school has started, so I probably won't be posting on Thursdays, even though I keep saying that I will. It just never happens. But I will continue to post every week, so be on the lookout for these videos. Come back, comment below, like, what you think the situation is with Cash. Like, is it okay that he's like forgoing the education to pursue basketball? I mean, I understand following your passion, but dang, like, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode, what you hope to see in the future. And yeah, I love seeing y'all's comments and commenting back, so let me know what you guys think, and tune in next week. I will see you then. Bye. Interruption when the game is on. I like slam dunk and take me to the hoop. My favorite play is